Hey y'all, what it do? This is your boy Ocean, and welcome back to Ocean Tarot. So yeah, it has been a while. I feel like it's been like, I don't know, at least a year or so maybe since the last time I actually did a video. I'm pretty sure I did one last year for on Thanksgiving Day. But anyway, I've been missing in action and just trying to get my life on track. You know how you kind of just get busy. I moved in the process. In case you can kind of tell, I don't have the same background that I used to have. So this is my first time in this new space trying to do a video. I ran out of storage on my previous phone, so I also could not record. And so I was like trying to figure out like, well, should I buy another phone? Should I try to invest in a camera, like to keep from using so much of my storage space? And then lo and behold, I kind of got forced into getting a phone anyway. So here we are. Anyways, so want to first wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and or a happy harvest season. If you are someone who is into agriculture, whether it's gardening or you grow your own vegetables and fruit, or you actually have like a farm, like I'm pretty sure this is a very special time of year, you know, for you, where you're receiving the crops that you have sown throughout the year. And hopefully you guys had a great return and have beautiful, wonderful, nutritious food. And I need to actually like start eating more fresh, y'all, because I be doing too much eating out. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I want to start out by just doing a little collective today. I'm very thankful, very grateful. It's like a 4:45 here in Nashville where I am. I think I want to try to be a part of that early gym crew on Thanksgiving. So I think I've done Christmas Day and like maybe like a Memorial Day and or Labor Day. It was one of those 2 days, or 4th of July. It was like one of those days. Like I got up and like went to the gym, and it was very interesting, like seeing the people that are committed to going to the gym even on a quote unquote national holiday. So I've never been on Thanksgiving. So I got a couple of houses that I'm gonna go visit tomorrow, and also do a little bit of like dog sitting. But I really wanted to get up and get my day started with going to the gym. It's also kind of part of like why I've been missing in like the whole trying to get my life together thing. Like I've been trying to adopt and adapt to the changes that have been going on. But also I've been trying to adopt new disciplines, and just, you know, you can work so hard and work so much and give so much that you end up just kind of losing your purpose. And it's not to say like you want to die or anything of that nature, but it's like you kind of lose the sense of why it is that you're doing what you're doing, right? Like, what is the end goal? Like, you're doing a lot, but is it really going in the right direction or directions, right? So I've just been asking myself a lot of those questions and just like adopting, new ways to self-care for myself and what that looks like, and taking personal time and learning when to say no and like that whole 9 yards. So looking also to tap more into the creative side, because I feel like when we as a collective, and I am actually going somewhere with this, when we as a collective, I believe we're beginning to realize that there's a time of like creativity that I think we're all going to begin to tap into if you haven't already. I do believe that sense of creativity, it's a new level of creativity for some people, but then on the flip side, it may be for some of you, you've always been a creative, but because of the cares of life and, you know, kind of what I was saying, like we lose our sense and purpose, we kind of put things on the back burner. So I feel like for some of us, it's going to be like a resurging, a regeneration of our creativity. And I think that is a theme that we're going to begin to see now on into 2026. So I just kind of like wanted to get on here because it's hard for you to create when life around you kind of seems chaotic and cluttered. But I also think that that's one of the unique things that Spirit is going to show you, like how to thrive and how to still tap into your creativity and pull that from within outward, even in the midst of like the chaos and everything around you that kind of seems settled. Because I have a tendency to feel that when a certain part of my life is like out of order, other things kind of take the back burn because they feel more like a luxury than a necessity. And that's kind of how I felt about the gym. Was like, if I knew I had XYZ business that needed to be taken care of, it's like you can't go to the gym today because like you need to get up and be productive and do this, but not realizing that actually going to the gym and setting aside that time for me and that space for me is actually allowing me to be a little bit more productive. So I've been trying to incorporate little little disciplines, little new things, or introduce new things into my daily regimen and routine, and just kind of seeing what I like and just trying to find my flow basically. And I just kind of feel like that's where a lot of people are right now. So so also with this new space, like y'all, I moved here in March, and like I still have boxes that I have not unboxed yet. So a lot of my cards and stuff were in there. Like tools, like these sound bowls were in there. So like I had to dig some stuff up to be able to kind of like do this little video right now. So hopefully it's a good read. And then I'm also just like trying to figure out this lighting in here in the room too, because it's like the lights here, there's like no dim. It's either all or nothing. It's super bright or it's like nothing at all, which I mean, I appreciate it because with it being so bright and the walls being white, it gives you a lot of like playroom to kind of like decorate. It's a great canvas, so to speak, but it is kind of sometimes a little aggressive on the eyes. But anywho, all right, we're gonna start this Thanksgiving out with a little sound. I also have not done this in a while. You know what? It's the little things, because that just doing that just kind of blessed my little soul just a little bit. I know that sounds corny, but it kind of did. It kind of blessed my life a little bit because I haven't heard that sound in a long time, and sound bowls can be very beautiful sounds. Um, some of you may need to take a sound bath, or I could probably need to take one because I haven't had one in a long time. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like they put me in such a deep sleep. It's ridiculous, and then I feel bad because I think I started snoring and stuff. But I guess it's letting me know like literally how tired I am. But anywho, let's get into some tarot on this Thanksgiving. Also, too, This week I kind of saw two images. One of the Two of Swords. Well, first it was the Four of Pentacles, which can deal with banks, deposits, savings, holding on. It could be like possessing something, or being possessive over something, holding something close and very dear to your heart, like that type of energy. And then it was also the Two of Swords, which is like being at a junction. It can also be being in an energy of kind of like being neutral about something, but it can also be like a crossroads where you need to make some type of decision. So you're kind of just sitting, making no decision at all at this time. And I was kind of getting from that some of you are at a crossroads as it relates to making a decision about money, finance, or an investment, or something that's very dear to you. And so I think the message to you out of that is that this is a time for you to like kind of like be neutral. And until you absolutely have the clarity, like it's like don't do anything, like just park. So even if it has to do with like your savings, like right now might not be the time to invest whatever it is that you're doing. Like this could be like a time for you to pull back and save, and not to extend, right? So in doing so, it's like by you choosing to hold on right now, whatever this is, like it's gonna come out even better for you, right? So it may be that some of you need to wait 4 days before you make a decision, or for some it could be 4 weeks, 4 months, or even 4 years. I think if it's something with 4 years, it could be something like an investment, and something that's going to double or even could triple for you just by you waiting 4 years and just kind of holding on and giving to a situation and saving and letting it build up. It's more or less like the compound interest thing, right? So maybe in 4 years from now, you could really see a greater return on that by choosing to hold off right now. All right, I hope that made sense. So let's just get a couple messages out here and just see what happens, because I have not touched deck of cards in quite some time. There's been a couple times where like I've pulled them out and like, just kind of flipped them, but I haven't actually sat down to do a reading. Oh, so it flipped over, but it didn't flip out. I think, well, now I can't tell which one it was. I was gonna say first I thought it was this Magician, but it could have been the Empress. Let's try it again. It was like it flipped over here, but like, cause I saw the front, like the colors of the picture, but then like it turned itself back over. These cards do the darndest things. All right, let's get some messages for the collective on this Thanksgiving. Man, if y'all see this video, because I don't really have too many followers anyway, but if you see this video, be sure to put down in the bottom in the comments what you're thankful for. All right, so we got the Death card here, Scorpio energy. I think we are already out of Scorpio season, but also too, I kind of reflecting about what Scorpio season, death, rebirth, that kind of thing, like out with the old, in with the new, something's changing, something's evolving. You're stepping out of one phase into another. So in order for something to begin, something has to end. This also says that nothing lasts forever. So this is a great transition. So I'm getting like this could be like a transitional period for some of you all. And like, just like this horse is kind of like trotting over that person there. Like sometimes you may have to step over some things. I'm getting something about your trod, your stride. It's like no matter what's going on around you, when you get into that season, when something is done, like you literally have to just keep walking. Like you can't be worried about it. You got to put it into something. So some of you all could be putting to death. The Three of Swords here came out with the King of Swords. So some of you all could be like putting an end, putting a death to all the pain and distress, mental anguish that you've been going through. Because the Three of Swords could also be like betrayal, cruelty, injustice that could be centered around this King of Swords here. Or for some of you all, this new phase that you're going through, it could feel painful. So this new beginning, because like literally like when you put something to death, something dies, something else is taking its place. And that itself, the transition, can cause pain and distress, and mental anguish, right? But I'm getting with the King of Swords here. If we say this is you, you're going to come out of this with a strong mind. Lots of clarity. It's probably going to grow you up in a way because this is talking about someone who's very ethical, who's very fair, wise advice, the very smart leader. So something I think the heartache and the stress of this new transitional phase of yours is going to help you to grow up. So I'm getting like some of you are like growing up and upgrading to a king. Because even though this is not a knight, the person who's riding this white horse in the death card literally is dressed like a knight. So some of you all could literally like this next phase, like you're graduating from a very knight, flighty type of energy. And once you kind of go through these growing pains, like it's going to create a stronger mind in you. You're going to have more clarity. It's going to build character with the ethical, more fair, like the way you look at life, your perception is going to change. Four of Cups here. This is about recentering yourself. So this energy of being this King of Swords, like you're recentering yourself. You are tapping. This is also like a card of apathy. And taking things for granted. Though you're guided by the sword with the King of Swords, I think it's very important that you not take certain things for granted with the Four of Cups. And that could tie in with our theme of Thanksgiving. It's like, even though you have a strong mind and you're very wise, you're a smart leader, you have clarity, you have great discernment, but don't just always be on the lookout, because even the King of Swords here is just kind of sitting with that sword in his hand, watching, being alert, because it's easy to fall into this energy of like taking things for granted with the Four of Cups and being very apathetic. The Hermit in reverse here. Yeah, so the Hermit in the reverse here is about being self-absorbed, needing spiritual growth. So that was literally kind of like the grounds that I was kind of going with that King of Swords, like being very careful, being cautious of how you rule in that kingship, that you're not taking things for granted, or that you're not becoming self-absorbed. And that thing could be attributed to like the pain and distress that you're going through this transition. Like, don't allow that pain to grow you into a great King of Swords, and not allow you to fall into this trap of like being apathetic and self-absorbed and needing to just grow up spiritually, right? And ignoring, being a very ignorant person by ignoring wise counsel or wise advice. That could be a lot of what you're putting to death, because this whole thing is all about some type of transformation. And it's crazy because I kind of was saying that off the King of Swords, and then here it's like you got this self-absorbedness, and it's You got this very apathetic kind of attitude here. So I think this is like a warning to just kind of like be on the lookout for that as you kind of like transition into your kingship with the King of Swords. Because you're very smart, you're very intellectual, but don't take that for granted, that you've been granted that type of access. Oh, we got the Chariot in reverse, so something is slow moving. So something that was once moving begins to kind of slow down and lose its momentum. And I just kind of feel like playing off of these 4 cards here with this King of Swords, like if you are not thankful, because this is also with the season that we're in of Thanksgiving, if you're not careful and you don't remain thankful, even from the hurt and stuff that you come from that's in the past, you can begin to take things in your life for granted. It can cause you to become very self-absorbed. And with the Chariot in the reverse here, like it could really slow your progress. It could cause you to lose control, lose your confidence, like kind of lose your status a little bit. Because these 2 cards that are right here, the Hermit and this Chariot and the Death, so this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 cards on the table already, and like half of them are major arcana. So there's like definitely something very important here to take from all this. Jeez, the Fool in reverse. Dude, yeah. So somebody's being very immature, very foolish, very gullible, very irresponsible, very impulsive. This is like being very careful. That's crazy. Like, I keep going in here looking to see if like all the cards are turned into upright and not that like half of the deck is upside down. And no, literally, they're all right up. But these majors and stuff keep coming out in the reverse. That's crazy. All right, let's shuffle. Let's get some messages for the collective. And I mean, I hope this is not sounding depressing, but I just kind of feel like the moral of the story is just like, be thankful. Continue to be thankful through your hurt, through your disappointments, through your betrayals, through when people speak harshly to you, when you speak harshly to yourself, anything that makes your life feel gray and like storm clouds. Remember, it's just a transitional period. You're moving into your kingship with the King of Swords. You know, you're seeking the truth. You're wanting to be ethical. You want to do things that's fair. You want to do things that's upright. And for that, you are very wise. You're a smart leader. But also, there's this need to be careful about immaturity, foolishness, being too gullible, being impulsive. It can slow down your progress. You know, you could be ignoring red flags with the Hermit in the reverse, because you're becoming self-absorbed with something. You're becoming apathetic, right? And when you become apathetic, you're just kind of like numb. All right, jeez, I'm going with these. So we got the 8 of Pentacles, the Devil, the 5 of Cups. Okay, so the 8 of Pentacles for me is always about building. Let me show it to you. Going up the corporate ladder here, because it kind of gives this idea of me of like going up this corporate ladder. This is a person that's pays a lot of attention to detail. Some of y'all could be an apprentice, goldsmith, somebody dealing with craft. You take pride in your work. You could be a manufacturer of some type. You could be manufacturing some type of good or providing some type of service. And so you take pride in your work, as you should. As you're mastering your skill and your craft, this devil card is here that you could be like working so hard that you become enslaved to the work, especially if you're working for someone. And there could be like a lot of, and it could be for like materialistic reasons, or you could have unhealthy attachments to money, material possessions, and being bowed, and being bound to this, obsessing about money, obsessing about the perfection of being detailed and meticulous and, excuse me, in your skill, in your craft, not allowing yourself the breaks to kind of step back and get reset. So it's like you're kind of chained to your work. Also, too, I'm getting off of that because of that obsessiveness. Like some of you are getting your bag, like you're on your grind right now. So you're like obsessing about finances or about progress. This could, being too overly obsessive with the devil here and that Eight of Pentacles could lead you to a Five of Cups where you could feel very grieved and lost. Like you feel like you're missing out on something, or the fact that you are so attached to this thing over here. You're kind of in this self-pity kind of mode because you're kind of regretting that you allowed your, like you missed out on something and you're grieving the loss of something. So some of you all could be like working so much and so hard, like that you're not with your family or you're not with loved ones or you're not doing other things that you would love to do. And so therefore you feel like you're cheating yourself, like you're losing something because you're obsessing about money and progress. And you can kind of be in this kind of self-pity mood or mode. Or you could be working so hard that it's hard for you to even see the positives of why you're even working, but you're getting your wishes fulfilled with the Nine of Cups here. Some of you all could be entertaining, attending, and because this is Thanksgiving, this could be like you hosting the Thanksgiving gathering, and even if you're not cooking anything, it could be like a potluck. It could be like 9 other people coming over and each person bringing a dish or bringing drinks and everybody just celebrating and being merry. But because also too, whenever I look at this Five of Cups, it always kind of gives me this person crying over these 3 cups, but not realizing that there's 2 cups behind him, which the 2 of Cups is about love and unity. So I'm also getting that because this 9 of Cups is seated on top of this 5 of Cups card, it kind of gives the energy that this party that you're hosting or this event, social event that you're going to, there's a lot of love and happiness with this. So like I said, y'all could be doing like a potluck deal where everybody is bringing the dish. What's next for the collective? I'm sleepy, but I kind of like doing readings around this time. We got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So something that you were once working on is not progressing at this time. Like, and it's not to say that it's not gonna happen. It's just like it's kind of like at a standstill. It's sitting on top of this 5 of Cups. Excuse me. Again, around this general area with work and being obsessed with stuff. Because this is also talking about 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like all work, no play. This is like a person who's super serious. And I'm getting, because it's a Pentacle, I don't know if this is a Taurus card or not, Taurus energy. But because of the all work, no play, it's like, to me, it's like very fixed energy. And also very like stubborn, like I'm all work, no play. Like I gotta get this done, da da da. Da. Like I gotta be in this. It's like the focus and the intensity. It could be a Virgo because of that, but I'm kind of getting like very Taurian energy. So you could be a Taurus, or you could be dealing with a Taurus or a Virgo, a Virgo. All right, we got the Five of Swords here. This all work and no play energy could cause some type of conflict or energy. Someone could also be trying to one up another person, or you could be trying to like one up another person. It's like very jealousy, kind of like animosity type of energy here. What is the Five of Swords? Because I don't really know. Come on, cards. I don't really know what to kind of like make of that at the moment. Give me some clarity on the Five of Swords, the World card. So somebody could feel like you work all the time and you don't leave time for play, and that could kind of cause like a little argument, a little conflict, a little dispute. But the the World card is kind of like it is something being completed, but it's also like an energy of like, so like what's next? So in the argument, like it could be like, so like what's next? Like where do we go from here? Like what you want me to do? Kind of energy. That was about to be utter chaos. That whole stack was about to fall out of my hand. The Magician, dude, you got a whole lot of majors in this read today. You're transforming ideas, goals into reality. So that's what's next. So somebody can, you know, want to be in conflict. This could be you. I'm not sure. You just have to put yourself where it fits, where it resonates. But like some type of conflict, animosity, some jealousy that's involved in the picture here. Like what's next for you? And this can like kind of go back to like that chaos that I was talking about earlier, about spirit teaching you how to um, remain and manifest and get things done and be productive and creative, because that's what the magician is. It's about creativity. So that's literally like what I was saying earlier about that, was like in the midst of all that chaos, like the creativity part is, you know, you're gonna learn how to still be creative in the midst of chaos, conflict, jealousy, animosity, is like scruples. That's you're gonna learn that. Like that's what you're learning. You're transforming ideas and goals into reality in the midst of. So that's what is next for some of y'all. So whatever this is, like you're working hard at this, being trained. You're gonna have time to socialize for a little bit and da 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 da. But then you're gonna get back to your grind. And it's gonna cause a lot of conflict. Or just even the way that you live your life could be causing others around you to feel jealous, and they feel like they gotta try to one up you. like it's some type of competition. And I didn't really want to say competition because the Five of Wands wasn't here. That's more of like combative competition, back and forth, struggling, wrestling back and forth. But what's next is like you transforming something in your life. That's creativity. That's also not Mars, but Mercury. Communication, data, information. King of Cups. Emotional intelligence, maturity. So speaking of this being the same person, so because this is kingship here, you have the strong mind, you're very rational, you got the clarity, you're ethical, fair, you're a smart leader, but also not only are you smart, but you're also emotionally mature. Good people skills, creative leader, there goes that creativity again. Because cups can be creativity too, because I think is it the Page of Cups? It's psychic energy, creative energy. It's a very artsy. So yeah, that's creativity flowing, water, with that King of Cups. A great sense of discernment here, whoever you are. Or you could be this, I'm also seeing this too. So you got this King of Cups energy about yourself. You got this Magician energy about you. Sorry, y'all, I'm yawning. We got this King of Swords energy. Like all of this is in one person. So it's like you got the clarity. You're strong-minded. You're very wise. But also, like I said, you exemplify emotional intelligence. You got good people skills, like you listen. You're a creative leader. And also, too, like you know how to transform your ideas and goals. You speak and cause things to happen. You're a magician. You know how to put things together, you know how to manipulate things, like, and not manipulate like in a bad sense, but like you know how to take something and make nothing, you know how to take nothing and turn it into something, right? With whatever it is that you have. So no matter where you find yourself in life, you can always blossom and thrive. So all of that here wrapped up in one person. And it's like with this Devil card here in the middle, like you could deal with a lot of temptation and unhealthy attachments. Like that could be like the weapon that's formed against you spiritually to try to be a blockage, a hindrance to you. Because you're in your kingship, right? You sit tall, you have high ranking, and just know that there's always something that's gonna try to, you know, pull you off your path. But you gotta keep working with the Eight of Pentacles, is what I'm seeing here, in order to reach that fulfillment with the Nine of Cups that you're seeking for. And you're gonna have to deal with jealousy with the Five of Swords. Things may slow down for you because you're coming out of like you're having fun, having a great time, you know, receiving your blessings, and all of a sudden it's like things seem to kind of slow down with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe because this is a season where you're working more and you can't play and socialize like you want to. But what's next for you is that you're manifesting. You are manifesting like crazy. It's almost like everything you touch turns to gold. Some of you all could be going to the water, on the sea, on the ocean. that could be where you find the most balance is on the water. Or because there's a little topsy-turvy kind of going on with the waves in this video, in this particular card, that could be where you find or where you cultivate the most emotional, spiritual balance for yourself is when the flow of things is kind of like rocking. It's like you're finding your buoyancy. Because even this person, this king's throne, is kind of like floating on top of water. So something about your spiritual buoyancy, your ability to float. Yeah, Four of Wands is here. Reaching milestones, celebrating the achievements. You know what? I was thinking about this card earlier because people attribute this to 1111. But if you look at it, the way they have to draw it, it has to be drawn with the two staves in the front and then in the back ones a little bit further back so that it creates that 3D depth. So this card also gives me like perception of things. The depth of something. Solid foundations being laid here. You're building something that's solid, something that's everlasting. What is this Four of Wands? For some of you, it could be a union with someone else. 10 of Wands. Carrying your responsibility, carrying your cross. Burdens. But this is the last final push before the breakthrough with the 10 of Wands here. Like it gets hard, like it's been hard. You feel like you have the weight of the world on your back, but this is the final push, and this thing will be over, whatever that season is. And you're moving into the sun, exposure, vitality, clarity. Your awareness is heightening. Sunflowers could be significant. For some of you with this 10 of Wands, whatever it is that you do for work, I get that even though it could be hard for you with the Sun card, the way you express yourself through work, there's lots of joy and happiness and positivity. And so for that, like, you're getting work exposure for something. And that could be the milestone that you're celebrating. Is maybe the positive attitude through hard work. It's helping you to build a solid foundation, and you're hitting milestones, and now you're getting exposure that you so rightfully need and deserve. Like, see, that you deserve. It's your justice. All these majors, dude, you got like the Justice card is here. The Sun card is here. The World card is here. The Magician, that's 4. 5 with the Fool, 6 with the Devil, 7, Chariot, 8 with Hermit, and 9 with the Death card. You got 9 majors out here. I'm gonna just go a couple more and see. The Queen of Wands is here. There goes the sunflowers again. So something's blossoming. or something very prominent about the sun. So Queen of Wands, inspiration, charisma. Something is accelerating for you. So your inspiration that you give to others could be catching on and causing something to accelerate. Like people like your charisma and how enthusiastic you are. It's like it's contagious. It causes things to accelerate. Some of y'all could be flying. Something is unrestricted. So because these are wands of passion, I'm getting like your passion is unrestricted right now. Some of y'all, like I think I was about to say, could be flying, taking flight. Ace of Pentacles, yep, you got new opportunities. New opportunities are coming in, and they are coming in swiftly. Look at this. It's like these blessings shall overtake you because they're coming in super fast. I love that for you. You better claim it. Bountiful gifts. But what this is also asking, like, what steps do you take next? Oops. So I think the new opportunity or the potential to prosper, it kind of triggers some of y'all and causes y'all to be anxious and kind of ruminate about problems in your head. This is a lot of up in your head type stuff. I think because it's happening so fast, maybe you didn't believe it. Maybe there was some type of doubt that spirit was going to come through on something. And then all of a sudden, it just like, boom, things just started coming in swiftly. And before you knew it, like you had new opportunities, things, had potential. And I think the speed at which everything was kind of happening or is going to happen could cause like some of y'all's anxiety to be like on 10. Like when stuff gets to happen too fast. It could be some type of Leo, because I think the Queen of Wands is Leo energy. Solar plexus, so it could be triggering your solar plexus. So a lot of this sun stuff in here with these sunflowers, it could be y'all solar plexus is being triggered too. The Star card, hope, optimism. But there's the need. There is hope for those dark nights. Remain optimistic. Some of y'all may need to actually take a spa day with the Star card. Take some time to emotionally restore and be healed, and spiritually too. Because at Nine of Swords, there's a lot of mental and like worrying a lot like that, or being haunted by your thoughts or ruminating a lot, just kind of like staying upstairs in your head a lot. It can be very draining and exhausting to your body. So the Star card being here is there is a need for you to heal yourself. Knight of Wands. I think that restoration, it's like while you're trying to restore yourself, this Knight of Wands looks like they want to bum rush you and run up on you. Somebody could be trying to run up on you with a lot of passion, very adventurous, like while you're in your season of like trying to restore yourself. And I mean, it could be fun because it is adventurous, but ultimately I also think that at a time when you should be on chill mode because you already kind of been on 10, somebody wanted to now kind of like rush in with high energy and confidence and passion and adventurous, like it could kind of throw your healing off, is what I'm kind of getting here. But then for some of y'all too who aren't dealing with that, it could also just be that after you heal with the Star card, you're going to want to take more bold actions. And so by you kind of calming down and getting yourself together, it's going to raise your energy levels. It's going to give you a passion and a zeal for life and confidence. Like you're going to be ready to take bold action towards anything in life. But for some of y'all, it's also someone in that energy coming towards you during a time when you kind of need to be vulnerable and kind of working and focusing on yourself, because the person who's in that Star card is always dipping in the water, but they're naked. So that's a very vulnerable state for you, and you don't need anybody disrupting your peace. And not to say that they're doing it in a mean or adversary type of manner, but sometimes it's like good energy but wrong timing. All right, let's just get one more card, and then I'm gonna get on up out of here because it is like 5:30 going on 6 to the M. All right, the last card is the King of Pentacles. Influx, impact, professional material success, strong provider, build it strong and durable. Financial advice. So some of y'all very prosperous. You could also need to get some type of financial advice with King of Pentacles. Also with King of Pentacles kind of being underneath this Justice card, you could be at a place where you're so good and so secure financially that you need to have a lawyer or something from on the justice side. It could be some paperwork or something that needs to be signed that has some that's tied up in assets or something of that nature. Or it could just be the fact that you're in a new place now, so like you need an accountant or you need an attorney just because of, you want to guard and protect what you have, your wealth, prosperity. Because you're trying to build something strong and durable. So you want to make sure that you're doing things the right way. You want to make sure you're doing things honest, fair, and doing what you got to do. Because when you do it the right way and you build it the right way, can't nobody come and take it from you. That is a lesson that I am trying to learn. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. It was my pleasure to be on here with you all. Happy Thanksgiving once again. Be sure that at any time, I don't care if it's like 5 years from now, if it's your first time seeing this video 5 years from today, and I still want you to get in the comments and tell me for Thanksgiving, like, what is it that you're thankful for? So I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here today, and also to even be able to sit down and just do these cards, because for me it's a hobby, and I just kind of like to see what I see, and hopefully what I see in here it registers with someone, and hopefully it gives them a different perspective on things, or it kind of enlightens them, or it kind of confirms something for them. And I just think it's a very interesting hobby, right? So that's kind of why I'm here, and I actually kind of like that, even though I'm not here consistently. But the times I do check in, it's really at a time when I feel like I have something to give, as a gift to y'all. So I hope that y'all receive it in the same spirit in which it was given, because it's all about your intentions. And my intentions is, not to mislead or misguide anybody, but just throw out some cards and let's just talk about what I see or what we see. Because even when I'm calling out certain cards, you may be getting your own interpretation or receiving some type of message or downloads. Yeah. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. And until next time, talk to you later. Bye bye.